Okay, look, please don't roll your eyes and please don't walk away from the TV. Tori Spelling, I almost forgot that you existed. We haven't talked, only because we haven't talked about her in so long, right? Don't clap for her. I mean, you can do what you want, but don't clap for her.
I find them absolutely boring and pathetic. Sorry.
Torture and Dean. Very good. Very good. You came with the joke. I love that. Thank you, sir. Remember, when Tori and Dean cheated with each other, this one was his wife, and they had children, so Tori helped wreck a home. They met on the set of a movie for Lifetime, much like Eddie Cibrian and Leanne Rimes. You know, they met on the set. She was married with no kids, and he was married for years with a couple of kids. And then they fell hopelessly in love. And then they had to disappoint his children and his wife and then her husband. So see, families were wrecked, and you're wondering why what's going on with you now is what's going on. Tori, that'll learn you. Close your legs to marry men. And furthermore, are you ready for this last little piece? Dean and his ex-wife, who have, you know, the one son, at the time that the affair allegedly started, they were in the process of adopting a baby. And she went through with the adoption, but he still bounced. Like Sandra Bullock and Jesse James. Isn't that shady? And cold-hearted? Low down and no good. The way you got Dean, unfortunately, might be allegedly the way you're losing him. Dean allegedly had an affair with a 28-year-old woman named Emily Goodhand. Oh, excuse me, her first name Emily, last name Goodhands. Well, the most recent, allegedly, because he's been serial through their marriage, allegedly, according to friends. Emily is claiming that Dean told her that he loves Tori, but they have a sexless marriage. Attention, side pieces and future side pieces. This is what stupid men say all the time. I'm surprised he threw in that he loved her, though. At least that was a decent thing to do, because normally it's, I don't love her anymore, and we never have sex. All right, so on one hand, you have Dean, and people say, well, you know, he allegedly might have been using her all along, and, you know, allegedly a serial cheat. And then on the other hand, you have Tori, and they say she turns a blind eye, but also this reality TV, she needs to pay her bills. And they've lived their life. They have these cute reality shows, not the ones where there's wig pulling and cursing and stuff, because we know you're addicted to doing reality TV, Tori. I don't know why, but you are. I tried to sit through the full episode of Tori and Dean. I just couldn't. This show feels like it's like 10 hours long when I turn it on. My mom and dad were going to stay over long enough for the three of us to watch Tori and Dean, because my Kevins are over, like, they don't even care at all. But then after the first 5 minutes, I realized it's more of the same thing. Her crying, him copping please. I escorted them to the front door, and then I went to bed. I don't get it. I don't like it. True Tori. Check your local listings. I'm not going to tell you when it comes on. I have got to tell you, this is the stupidest, longest, most boring show ever. She's making herself look so bad, untrustworthy, unreliable, and cuckoo, and desperate and tortured and bad. Tori. You know, the problem with Tori and Dean is that they've gone so far on the edge of cuckoo and clearly having problems individually. Just go away and get therapy. You need to focus on your issues, not your tissue. Who the hell is going to get on TV and cry every single weekend talking about, you know, my husband's unfaithful and be like that in front of the kids? And how messed up showbiz has made you, Tori. Why would you want that for your own kids? Entertainment is not a place for kids, you know, and especially when your mom is unstable and your dad is, well, at best, a CSI cameo worker. What is she thinking with? As a matter of fact, you know what? And please, Tori, save it. I'm working on a show with Jenny Garth for the ABC Family Channel, Mystery Girls. Because of you and the reputation that you now have out there, which is less than smart and really pathetic at this point, Tori. Nobody's gonna watch Mystery Girls. No, because she's going to be acting in it. They're not just producing it. Tori's acting in it. Tori has ruined it for me to see her as anything other than a less than smart, entitled, rich girl. You can never act in anything that I'll ever believe again. And you've been in some good Lifetime movies. I don't want to see that anymore. The word on the street is allegedly that he does not want to do this show, that Tori is making him do this show. Well, that means that he must not have a set of ones. He also must not have a backbone, and he must not have any bread. Tori has lost her mind. And apparently she wants to perpetuate mind loss by pushing it off on her kids. No, really. No, really. You know, she spends her time whining and crying, and the kids are running roughshod over the entire situation. But Tori and Dean are out of their minds, and the kids are going to be on somebody's psychiatric couch for a very long time when they get older. Tori, you're a mess. Imagine being a school teacher to one of the spelling kids, watching old batty Tori pick up the kids at school, you know, knowing that their life is like you know everything about their math. It's a terrible idea, but it's great for us. Here's what she posts over the holidays. We're spending the day together, cuddling, cooking, baking, unwrapping gifts, eating, watching movies, and counting our blessings. Tori, thou dost protest too much. Tori has taken Dean's phone and is monitoring his calls and texts, and she even allegedly hired a private investigator. Well, you know what? Tori, it might be time for a divorce. The D word is no longer a bad word. I know your mom and your father, the late, great Aaron Spelling, were married for years. I know that divorce might not be what is acceptable in your family, perhaps, but you know what? It's a new day and a new age, and divorce is there for a reason. There have been pictures posted of you screaming at one of your kids in the grocery store, which under normal circumstances, this is what we moms do. However, when you take into account the cheating and the monitoring and the not eating, perhaps, then you chalk all this up to she has just had it with Dean. But if you've just had it with him, then divorce him. She's done so much damage to her reputation by putting this out here that whether she stays or whether she goes, she'll never be able to recuperate, because every time you see her at the mall, you're going to be like, there's that long-suffering Tori Spelling. There she is. I think her eyes are red. I think she's still crying. For those of you who hadn't seen the show where she and Dean are trying to get their marriage together, you know, he's a cheat, and she cries, and she has no backbone, and he cries, and he has suicidal tendencies. We saw in therapy. I mean, mom and dad are a hot mess.
Paycheck to paycheck. After this, I have no idea if work's gonna come in. Like, oh, I support my family in 6 months. And yet, look at the life we're leading. Like, it's...
Why can't we?
Paying for 5 private schools.
Baby, we can change our lifestyle. We can. We can get rid of all that stuff that...
But why should we have to? My dad wouldn't have wanted this.
Okay. By a show of co-host claps. Clap if you think that this show is a great idea for them. Really? Did you watch Tori and Dean last night? Clap if you watched. Did you guys watch, first of all, last night? Okay, wait. Clap if you watched. Oh, my gosh. Are you serious? Did you see Tori and Dean last night? Clap if you saw. Well, hey, but you had to watch for research, because you know I'm not watching that mess. Why aren't you watching the show? Not one person except for Norman watched the show, and he had to do it for homework? We have one person on the planet left who still watches True Tori. He's over there next to Jason with the glasses on. Uh-huh. Norman watches, he tells me that he watches for show research. But he watches with a snack and a drool pan. Because he... And then files his report. Did you watch True Tori last night? Yep. Clap if you did. Oh. Well, then you two were the only ones. I miss Tori and Dean, but they shoved it in my face this morning while I was in hair and makeup. First of all, by claps, did you guys watch last night? Yeah. Oh, all three of us. All three of us. Watch this. Wait. Before you watch it, just know this, okay? So, prior to the scene I'm about to show you, Tori's sitting with all their kids doing arts and crafts. And then she starts crying, talking to the kids. When I met your father. Like, and mind you, she's got 4 kids, all under 7 years old. So the kid, this is all too much, this is way too much information for children, you know? And they're doing the crafts, and mom is breaking down. And I guess Dean hears it from the other side of the wall, and he comes in the room where they are and tells the kids, go in the other room. So now you're seeing, once the kids leave the room, just take a look at this mess.
Do something right. You need to do something right. Seriously, I am sitting here. My heart is ripped out. I have nothing left. I'm asking you, do something.
What? I love you. I want to make this work. I want you.
What did your heart tell you to do?
My heart tells me to stay with you and love you like I still do.
If you truly want me back, think of something.
Listen, I don't mean to laugh, but when you put your stuff on TV, then there's no accounting for how we, John Q. Public, are going to feel about it. And I must say, they call this a docuseries, but to me, it's more like a sitcom. You know, because it's almost like something that needs laugh tracks under it.
Unlike Wendy's ratings, Tori's ratings are dismal, but they're bringing it back for a second season.
On
Tori.
Lifetime.
On Lifetime. They're filming 8 episodes right now, Wendy. It's going to focus on Tori's battle for redemption. She's dragging Dean along for the ride, and it's coming back in the midst of pretty poor ratings for the first season. It's unbelievable.
Tell them about the money.
Oh, so get this. Get this, what money? I mean, she's getting paid peanuts. She's agreed to do this show for $50,000.
$50,000.
I mean, it's nothing.
What's he doing it for?
Nothing, for free. She's dragging him along for the ride because she needs the drama, and he is the drama in that relationship. But she's doing this for $50,000. Her last show was cancelled, Mystery Girls.
Mystery Girls, the one that was on the ABC Family with Jenny Garth.
Right, and the retail store went out of business, so this is her only option.
No, it's not her only option. She has another option. Divorce Dean, make up with my mom, and get a hold of that spelling money.
Really? Will you be watching season 2? No.
I don't think anyone will.
I was holding out hope that they would get off reality TV and at least establish some sort of normalcy for the kids. It's bad enough that mom is crying on TV and dad is running around town with a woman who we still don't know who she is. You know, like most side pieces, they come out and they sell their story, like that Hank Basket. Like you know, they come out, they sell their story, or they talk and stuff like that. We still have yet to meet this woman who Dean had the affair with. Tori Spelling has Ebola. Nice. I say that, and they're all laughing. Look at them laugh. Why are you laughing? Because you don't believe it? Because you think that Tori Spelling would do anything to catch our attention? Yes. Especially on the day of the eve of her reality show premiering tonight? Yes. Then this is why you're my people. The doctors quarantined her for Ebola-like symptoms. It turns out she had a respiratory infection. She has her friends all worried that she's making herself sick through stress. This reality TV and this marriage crap has been really hard on Dean. He might not say it, but you can just look at him and tell. Look what Tori and Dean looked like back in the day. These people have been married for 6 years. In 6 years, both of them have spiraled out of control. Look at Dean. And this is a good bad picture of Dean. That's a good bad picture. Look what he used to look like. It's almost like he had a head transplant. He's a whole totally different person. And he's eating himself silly. He's not an old man. Dean? Oh, Tori. Oh, Dean. And you know that Ebola thing? On account of that alone, I guess I'll only be talking to you through the TV from now on.
She checked herself into the hospital.
She looks good, by the way.
She's so sick that she can take a picture.
She's shamelessly promoting her show.
Oh, no,
The
what? Look
second
at the
one,
other
yeah.
picture. Look at the other picture. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it's a little suspect because the show premiered around when she checked herself in.
You wonder exactly what is she doing, you know, for the purpose of the show and to be famous, and what's real and what's not. This is why no one likes you. In the meantime, while she's laying up in the cut in the hospital, that damn husband of hers is out visiting a sex shop. There he is. Get him. So Dean says, I bought a gag gift to make Tori laugh. All you haters need to bleep off. To all my fans, you're the best. Love you guys, always will. To all the haters, and he's not talking about me, he's talking about you all, I guess. The following story, I care not one smidge. Not one smidge, I don't care. I'm gonna float through it. Apparently, Candy, Tori's mother, has replaced Tori with Tatum O'Neal. Can you imagine if your mom came to your house with a new daughter? Can you imagine the audacity? Apparently, Candy and Tatum are neighbors in that big high-rise that, you know, Candy owns like the whole top floor. You know, she's worth more than Jay-Z and, Kanye together. It's like not just a condo like we live in. It's a condo like a condo. Last night on the show, Tori's daughter celebrated her birthday. Now, the little girl's like a little girl, you know? And it was in the backyard of Tori and Dean's house. Well, that's not the bad part. The bad part is that Candy showed up with Tatum O'Neal. And Tatum is a stuff starter. Stirring the pot.
Where is Tori?
She got a migraine.
She's got a migraine.
She got a migraine.
At the party?
And she just went inside to take something. Yeah, she'll be back. Finn is over there with my friend Laura. No, I'm gonna go. She literally just went up. No, I know. I went and got you water. I was gonna go do that. No. No, I know. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The episode started out where she was downstairs, but she was wearing a crown to celebrate her daughter's birthday. But then the crown started squeezing her head, and she had to go upstairs and lay down. So while they're on this couch enjoying each other's company like a mother and daughter, you know, talking privately, you know, throwing their heads back, touching each other in laughter, just delighting in each other's company. Candy, look, I don't know what you're doing in terms of your relationship with your daughter. You know, after a while, when a mother and daughter fight, you gotta start to squint at it and say, there's accountability on both sides. Yeah. Like, Candy, you're no innocent older woman. She's 69. Well, I know. Just shh. That's what she says. But, I don't care. All right, we've talked about it, and now we're done.